Records, baby. Yeah. Bringing you the worst music in America. You know it. Hit me on Twitter at Mike Short Radio. Yeah. I done been to IHOP, I done been to Waffle House, I done been to Diners too. I done been to Mama's house, but I swear nobody cook grits like you. Nobody cook grits like you. Nobody cook grits like you. Hey, hey, hey. Nobody cook grits like you. Nobody cook grits like you. It's 5 in the morning, still I'm snoring. She's making grits and eggs. She's making those grits. At 5 in the morning, we could only be about to eat 2 things. She's making those grits. Cholesterol is high, but them grits is on my mind. You cook them so good, I can't deny. A heart attack is worth the ride. You make me wanna be home all the time. You're cooking them grits with steak at night. Can't be cooked by no beginner. Grits make I winner. Them grits make me kiss her. Grits all on my plate. Got my stomach full. Got me feeling great. I gotta kiss her. Grits all on my plate. Got my stomach full. Got me feeling great. I done been to Cracker Barrel, I done been to Cozy Kitchen, I done been to Denny's too. Had some women try to feed me, but I swear nobody cook grits like you. Nobody cook grits like you. Nobody cook grits like you. Hey. Nobody cook grits like you. Nobody cook grits like you. You better make the grits and make them right. I make you feel so good at night. If you make the grits and make them right, I make you feel so good at night. Just make the grits and make them right. I make you feel so good at night.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.
We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Tight shirts. Yes, I do.
Michael Sean wears
tight shirts every day. I wear tight shirts because I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when December comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my 6-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. 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 Good morning. It is Tuesday. It is we knee deep in the holiday season now. That's right. I said it. What's it? The 25th. Thanksgiving is this Thursday. The whole 9. Dr. Smith, what's good, man? How was your 3-day weekend there, dog? How was your 3-day weekend there? Chilling. I might have to dip out early because I'm in Georgia.
What? What?
I've been driving all night. I gotta miss a little bit of rush hour, but I'm here for now.
Well, what
I might be
happened?
outside of Georgia. I might be in North Carolina. That's what I'm doing Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is in Auburn, Georgia. So I came down last night to beat everything. I went to what's it called? I'm busy with it. I went to Budget Rent-A-Car last night at the airport, like 7:00, and hit it for like the trip was like 11 hours. I did about 8.5. I'm only like 2 hours out. Yeah.
Oh, you all right? Because you sound
right.
tired. You sound everything.
No, as I said, I mean, I'm here for a good hour, but I might have to hop back on and I gotta see what the time is like to get there. But no, I'm good. I'm checked in, So I want to make sure I, see the people and everything.
Oh shit! All right. Well, I need you to be careful. I've taken that drive. You're going to Auburn, Georgia. You said.
I took a little. That's why I took a little nap. I took a little nap. I did take a nap for like an hour. I said I'm not gonna go crazy with it. But no,
I
I've
thought
been celebrating. I was watching all these videos of Trump, and I saw that he
I
lost the case with Comey. He lost the case with
threw it out.
with Letitia.
They threw it
Bondi's
out.
about to go, and Cash Patel's job, and he
They
had to sign for the files, and he can't walk. I only saw that when he couldn't walk. He was
can't
walking with the kid. Well, yeah, you remember Weebles? Remember Weeble Wobble, but you don't fall
Weeble
down. The
wobbles.
Weeble,
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
toy.
What happened to
Yo,
the Weeble
I was just
wobble?
enjoying it. I was on the highway laughing out loud. Like I was like, yo, and I remember I was saying, I kept saying, he's gonna be down and nobody should be scared. His stuff's not gonna work. And I remember one day I said, wait till the lawsuits come. I said, wait till the stuff gets in court. In the beginning, he was pushing everything through. I said, these
Right.
lawsuits, I said, once you're on papers, everything changes. I'm on papers now, whether it's being in trouble back in the day or going through child support. Once somebody starts summoning you and suing you and subpoenaing you, and you got to spend money and spend time, everything changes. I don't care if you're a drug dealer or just a dad. Once somebody starts making you go places and spend money and explain things and produce documents, and then sometimes waste your time because you can spend all your money and all your time and somebody still say nope, you can't do that but so many times because there's only so much money. And the lady got fired, and the lady he appointed illegally had to go. The one with Comey and she said no,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
did it the wrong
And then
way.
they have a new attorney general. They put somebody in that they get to put in for 30 days or 120 days or something like that. Then they just appoint
But
somebody who.
that was the issue though. He tried to do that temporary thing and stack it, but they basically said, what's the point of Congress then? Everybody would just do that. Everybody would just wait and stack and temporary. So they basically called him out and was like, no, it's over. And like you said, not only that, she got to go. She was appointed legally. So she got fired, they got free, and he got embarrassed. And I didn't know he could get embarrassed anymore in the past week and a half. But man, he's had the worst 2 weeks that I've ever seen, man. He's done everything but die.
We're gonna get to the good morning, and I just want to say it was the weirdest thing when he had Mandani up in the Oval Office, and I was like,
I thought it was gonna be Bubba 2.0. He's sitting there by his waist, looking there smiling.
I was like, what?
And you've
I
seen
didn't know.
that look, Mike. Wait. But you've seen that look because you are on stage, and anybody that performs has seen that look from adoring fans. We're like, you know what? I'm not, but I know I could. And that was the look that Trump was giving Mondani. That look where that one young lady, when Mike is doing comedy or somebody's performing, and you look into the crowd, there's always one person that's like, I would, and you just get that vibe, like, you know what? Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out.
But you know what? It was a weird dynamic because I had to take a step back with Mandani and Trump there because I was like, Mandani did everything I wanted him to do. Trump knew he was going to call him a fascist to the reporter's face. And he said, "Oh, go ahead. You can just say it. Don't answer the question. I mean, yeah, you can just say it.
Just say yes. Just say yes. Yeah.
Say yes,
just say yes.
because he knew he was going to say it, and he knew he was going to say it.
He tried to Epstein file it.
Yeah,
he tried to Epstein file it. Let me get ahead of this. I wanted him to say it.
I guess he must have felt the temperature when they talked that this guy's really going to say what he's going to say, and he tried his best, but then his core, his base is pissed because this is the same guy you said was the Antichrist. This was the communist. This was the
jihadist, the global antifada jihadist. Yeah.
And then he literally said, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure. Now, we know he's lying, but the fact that he said, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure your term is, I was like, and then I was looking at Mandani like, I can't expect him. I hate this man so much that I wanted Mandani the body slam him with no, let me say it. But he did everything he was supposed to do. Am I bugging? But I felt like I wanted Mandani to really just.
He explained it well. He well. He said, "I'm here to serve New Yorkers."
Right.
I'm thinking, you know what? You right. We really want, like you said, I want you to tell him off. I want you to smack that nigga. But more
Yeah.
importantly, we want the free buses. We want
Yes.
affordability.
Yes.
We don't want the National Guard up and down our streets. So we don't want you getting so wrapped up in some personal tiff. That's what he does. That's what Trump does. Trump takes it
Yes.
personal. Next thing you know, people are eating, and he's withholding SNAP and snatching moms and holding them down in the street, face down, and citizens. So people are looking at him like, you know what? Matter of fact, you're better than me, Mandami. I want you to do what I wouldn't do. Because I know
Right.
that I couldn't sit there with him without spitting in his face. But we
Exactly.
need these resources. We need a
Exactly.
real politician right now. We need a real diplomacy. So thank you, Mamdami, for not backing down and changing, but at the same time, keeping the main thing, and understanding what you're really there to do. You're not there to go viral. You're not there to tell them off. You are there to make sure that New Yorkers get what they deserve from the federal government so that we can have affordable living in our city. So no, you're better than me. Great job. But no, I couldn't do it. I couldn't have done it.
Hold on. I want to get this clip real quick because we were talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. And we're talking about the other one. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna be right back.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that one. And she left. Yeah. Your bottom B left. Yeah, your Neanderthal bottom B. Your Wilma Flintstone, your rock quarry, dinosaur. You ever see when they have those social studies books and they have the people when they act like they used to be white back then, even though white people didn't exist back then. But then they have the people walking with the dinosaurs and they say the Neanderthals, and they have the furs on their chest and they look just like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Every time I remember social studies where they show the early people when they acted like they was white, and they said this is the early Neanderthals coming out the cave. It had that Marjorie Taylor Greene face, So if your bottom girl leaves, Shapiro left, Fuentes left, Marjorie Taylor Greene left. He got to fire Pam Bondi or Cash Patel, and his new chick just got let go because she wasn't officially appointed the right way. Man, it's falling apart.
So when we were talking about the women of Trump, the women around him, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and she's like, I'm out of here January 6th, whatever, January, whatever, which is ironic. a man made a clip, and I thought this was interesting when he was talking about the women of Trump and how we need to watch the women of Trump. Trump's women who rode out.
Watch the women of the Trump administration. Y'all gonna have to watch these women. They gonna try to finesse their way out of accountability. Carolyn Levitt, Pam Bondi, Kristi Noem. You see Marjorie Taylor Greene already trying to tap dance her way out the door. What are they gonna say? I was threatened. I was coerced. I was under pressure. But you hear right now that their support for this regime is 10 toes down with their whole chest. I remember somebody saying Marjorie Taylor Greene was the canary in the coal mine a long time ago. And I know some people feel some type of way about her right now. She put on a masterclass in playing the system. She came in, put on her little show, and left with the bag. She been on her farewell tour. She said after that pension kicked in, that, yeah, I'm out January. You can tell that Republican leadership is scared right now. What did Steve Bannon say in that speech?
As God is my witness, if we lose the midterms and we lose 2028, some in this room are going to prison, myself included.
That blue wave, that blue Nami.
So, and they were, obviously, we played the Steve Bannon thing a long time ago, and we've all referred back to when Richard Nixon didn't go to prison, but everybody else, there were people who got caught up and went to prison during Watergate.
The lawyers went to jail.
The lawyers went, and now they're Republicans.
Wait, what's the guy from New York? The one with leaking head, Giuliani. Remember Giuliani, Bannon? He pardoned them. They got in trouble last time. Only thing that saved them was Trump said no, but they was done. Giuliani was this, but he still couldn't practice. He got his license snatched. Bannon was going to jail. All of them was going to stay in jail until Trump came and freed them. But I thought he was going to say that that's what white women did in history.
Oh, yeah.
Else. I thought, because remember what Dave Chappelle said? Y'all was in on the heist. You just didn't like your cut. Y'all was there in the beginning with all the slave masters, and even some of the listeners had typed in the book, you know, what was it? They were her people, or you know, and they were her property, right? And that book about white women slave owners, and I talked about the Accidental Killing Act, which was usually about white women who beat their enslaved people to death, and it was usually white women beating black women, some of them who were suspected of being with the man. Yeah, and they would have to say, you're beating these children and these women to death. We had to put a law to make sure it's not considered murder and that they're property. So Accidental Killing Act was mainly for these brutal white women. And at one point they said 40+% of these slave owners were white women in some of these regions, and they just somehow slid out of it, started feminism, and started pointing at the man in the 50s and 60s when black people started rising up in the streets. So no, Marjorie Taylor Greene did the quintessential white woman pivot, where she just benefits, and then when it's time for accountability, slides out at the end. It's like, oh man, what's Trump doing?
So,
and she said the Republicans are gonna lose. You heard her say that too, right? She said that why would I stick around when the Republican, when the Democrats are gonna win, and I'm gonna be all by myself after he spends tens of millions of dollars to oppose me.
And then the last thing I because I went to sleep pretty early, so the last thing I watched CNN, and then I was scrolling, and then I was watching other Republicans talk about retiring, about being out. And a dude said, and I was scrolling, and a dude said, the House may flip. There's a chance the House could flip before midterms. And I was like, what?
Because they're leaving, yeah.
I said, so when people just retire, I guess the seats, they don't count. This is duh. When y'all say duh, Mike, y'all can say it out loud. I was thinking about, I said, oh, I thought there was some type of, I'm always thinking there's a system. Like if somebody retires, there's a system in place where somebody gets replaced, or there's like a vice president to that seat. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that there was somebody else. If I retire and I leave, that there was somebody else who during the term was almost like the backup.
Oh, no. No, that's why they have primaries and all that and special elections, right? Yeah. In the event of, right? Yeah. So but you've been to parties and you've watched the Titanic. You know how like in the beginning it's just one or two people, but after a while, whether it's how you know a party's over, you just see, wow, the whole club's starting to move out the door. You know,
yeah.
And on Titanic, it might be one person looking over and one person starts screaming. Everybody, what's wrong with them? They're still playing the violin when it's tilting. But after a certain, it's like literally a tipping point. No pun intended. There's a tipping point where it's like there's no reason to stay here. He's losing, and I think like when the pictures come out. I told you, the lady said the FBI agents were crying. She said the people that had access to the file, some of whom had children the ages of some of the people in the files, some of the people who had been abused themselves, were breaking down. Trained, hardened FBI agents that are trained to kill and deal with this stuff, they were looking at the file, the Epstein file, and they were breaking down. They couldn't manage it. And they said one of the main things that was a problem was that everybody had access to the file. So it wasn't some special permission thing with only some small group. Remember they said that they had thousands of agents scrubbing his name out the file. That means thousands of people have seen this. So the Epstein estate is leaking their own stuff. The file has been seen by thousands of people, and now it's coming out. And the trained people who saw it couldn't take it. So imagine how the average MAGA person, who's already so dumb and vulnerable and impressionable and ready to get violent, that they would go to a rally and elbow a black woman in the face like we saw during the first election and everything they were doing, right?
Good morning.
Imagine how they're going to react. And I've been saying a long time ago, they're the danger. It's the lone wolf with military experience who feels like he's been duped, that's lost his job and lost his farm. He's going to be the one to see one of those pictures with two little girls that look like his little girls, and he's going to be the one to get in his pickup truck and not care about what no black person or no Democrat is doing, and he's going to handle his business.
Yeah. There was another thought I had. Possibly. And this is the other thought I had. If Israel is the extortionist, and this is why they get billions of dollars, and they're the ones who have been doing the extorting. And, you know, they may say we got more. They don't want to come out. But if this is out and America goes, everybody must go. Because I'm hearing it on both sides now. Now I'm starting to hear on both sides. I don't care who's in the files. I'm hearing it, to be fair. I'm hearing it from both sides. Everybody's saying, I don't care who's in the file. If the people extorting us if the work that they've been extorting us with is exposed, you can no longer extort people. Now, I know they have more stuff, but if this comes out
I don't
and
think
the
it would take
ball
long,
starts
though.
rolling, huh?
I don't think it would take long. Plus, especially when it comes to things like pedophilia, because even law enforcement says this is the one thing that they can't redeem people from it. They can't reform people. All the studies show that they can't figure out how to stop people. So even if you get all the pictures and fire all the people who have that proclivity are still gonna do it.
No,
but 5 times and it's still on their computers.
my point is the billions of dollars that go to Israel simply because they have the goods on the politicians.
The leverage. Yes, you're right.
The leverage
yes,
gets
the
removed, and then all of a sudden,
yes.
One thing America loves to do. If America gathers up and said it's us against them, it's us against them and Israel no longer. 9/11, the World Trade Center goes down. We go. That's when everybody all of a sudden comes together, as fake as it is, because there's still a bunch of racist, demonic shit going on within our country. If people then say no more money to Israel, now what? Everybody's been exposed, and we won't vote for politicians. We won't vote for anybody who puts them as our number one ally.
We 8/10 there. Yeah.
That's
going to be the change in the midterm. Because like I said, now you see the college students are like, the college students are saying to their faces, I'm not voting for anybody who takes $1 from AIPAC. When somebody in their 20s is saying that to JD Vance's face, remember the whole thing with even was it Cory Booker when the lady asked him in the interview and he was like, I want a little amount over the course of she was like 800,000. Like, people are naming numbers now. Like, bro, we got your number, literally. And you're right. One thing I said that before, one thing America could do is revolt and rise up and have a revolution against something they don't like. It could be something trivial. It could be something for the moment. It could be some enemy that didn't do nothing to us, but we will still band together and start killing people.
Yeah.
We're good at that. So pray
everybody,
because you're right. When people find out that we're getting had, they're gonna react.
And real quick, y'all, the girl walks by faith. I know I'm trying to put everybody's names to their handles, and I think this is. Remind me who you are. The girl walks by faith. Remind me, because I'm trying to say what's up to everybody. LaShawn, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm putting your good mornings up there. Ms. Parker, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. LaShawn.
Renee?
Is it Renee? I don't know. Is it or good morning? Good morning, Al-Shabu. What's going on, KT? Be safe, Doc. Drive. Don't drive tired, please. No. We'll spark him out.
Don't drive tired.
No. Somehow or another, I can piss him off, and he'll be sparked up. He'll be sparked up, man. What up, DJ Super? What's going on?
Talk about Trump. I told you that's what got me through. The Trump news got me through the highway. I was rolling.
Ashley Newman.
We
good morning.
About it for months, and it's happening.
Actually, we have. In real life, and you've been calling this for a minute. You've been calling this for a minute. I think that's Craig KT. Trump said, "Oh, he's fine. He can call me a racist any day." Yeah, that was weird. That his base.
Oh, fascist. Yeah, fascist. Yeah.
He can call me a fascist any day. His base didn't like that.
It's done. No,
it's done.
They're done. Because the one thing they don't like is the race mixing and all that, and being a nigger lover or saying nigger lover. Like, you can't be friends with them and be nice to them, especially when they're in power. You can't be respecting their authority. You are breaking like basic white supremacy rules right now. You're not supposed to do none of that. It's like JD Vance picking their Indian wife. He got to figure that out. There's too many people that ain't playing that game.
Yeah,
he knows it. He that's why he's moving on Erica and all that. Like, he knows that they're not gonna put him. You think they're gonna make him up the president? As much as they hated Kamala, you think they're gonna put another Indian woman in the White House? Or Indian and black, whatever I'm saying. You think they're going?
They want to know. Did you stop at Buc-ee's?
To lose the country.
No, facts on facts.
Cracker Barrel, Buc-ee's, none of that. Sheets, I passed all that stuff.
Well, Buc-ee's. Did you go to Buc-ee's? The big Buc-ee's. Did you stop by there?
No.
I like Buc-ee's.
I've seen a lot of. I've never been to Buc-ee's.
Oh, you've never been to Buc-ee's?
Oh wait, maybe once. I might have been to one.
Dog,
been to
Bucky's.
Sheetz a couple of times. I've been to Cracker Barrel a couple of times.
Nah, I
I
stopped
seen
Cracker
all.
Barrel. I stopped Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel used to be directly across my street, and I used to actually play checkers in them chairs with strangers. But Bucky's is like a mall. Bucky's is the mall of rest and truck areas. It's like the biggest
I
version.
did once. No, once. I think I've been once.
Yeah.
It's super nice and big and spacious.
Yeah,
and all that.
it's
One
crazy.
time.
You wind up
One
delaying your ride like another hour. You want to delay because you go in there to use the bathroom. Next thing you know, you walk out like you just went grocery shopping. Is that good, Miss Sean? I never stop there when I'm down south. Yeah, I Bucky's I stop at. I did stop, but that's because I'm always drinking water and stuff, so I gotta pee. But Bucky's got a lot going on. Let me get everybody.
You know, we got Maryland House. All we got is a few stores. You know.
Oh, the Maryland House. Oh, damn.
We don't got a whole mall. We got we got a few stores. That's
did I miss the Brian McKnight segment? No, I got it on deck. Sean.
Brian McKnight, boy.
I
was like, yo, Dad need to keep speaking up, Dad. Keep speaking up.
You know what? Ask and you shall receive. We'll get back to the Trump talk, but hey, listen, I said this. I was on with Jonesy in the morning, every Monday on 97.7 The Block. And I was asking Jonesy behind the scenes, then we talked about it on air. I was asking her, I said, when did this all change? When did Brian McKnight become this person? I said, I can remember being a Brian McKnight fan, and I'm thinking, and I don't know if y'all all saw it. Brian McKnight released a video 7 years ago, 6 years ago, a long time ago. It was a viral video when he was playing the piano and he did some sexually explicit song. And everybody was up in arms. Like he was using the P word, the whole nine, and everything like that. And I was like, what is that? And it seemed like things started changing. People were like, yo, what's wrong with Brian McKnight? Then this stuff with his family that he called his first family, the family that he made the kids in sin. He made them in sin. And he literally just turned into this dark person who just literally denounced his first family. Well, I guess he caught wind of something. He was talking and happened to bring up Mark Lamont Hill's name up, or Joe Budden's podcast and Mark Lamont Hill. I don't know. Listen, y'all, there's certain things that I know. If I was a rapper, I would leave Kendrick alone. I would leave, like,
50 Cent.
If I'm on social media, I would leave 50 Cent alone. And unless there was a point to that I could not say something. Unless it was something where there's no way I can say, like a comedian, I'm going to be honest with you. Unless somebody insulted one of my daughters, I'm probably going to leave Dave Chappelle alone. But I don't think Dave Chappelle would ever say anything. You know what I'm saying? Or like Cat Williams. I probably don't have the time or the stamina to deal with that. Like unless one of my kids was involved. I don't know why Brian McKnight would decide that he would start mentioning Mark Lamont Hill. Look, and I'm not caping for Mark Lamont Hill.
Well, his kids are involved. But Brian McKnight's kids are involved.
Right. Okay. So here's
the same way as you. He probably like, you know what?
Here's where it came out. Here's where everything on the Joe Budden's podcast, it all came to this.
Yeah, I agree.
I sent a message to Joe Budden's podcast. Crickets. Nothing. Mm-hmm. But who's that Mark, the guy, the political
Mark
guy?
Lamont Hill.
Let me tell you something.
What's the guy's name again?
I'd destroy that dude. I would destroy him. Not physically, but
I understand what you're saying.
Because you don't even know me. But you call me an asshole?
Yeah.
I don't remember calling him an asshole, but he is an asshole. Let me be clear. Brian McKnight, is this my camera? Brian McKnight, you are an asshole. And that's okay. It's not a beef. We ain't got no issues. You're just an asshole. I'm basing that on having interviewed Brian McKnight lots of times. Since I wasn't going to mention this, but I've interviewed you lots of times. You were rude and nasty to everybody on my crew. Everybody on my team, you were nice to me. But the measure of being an asshole isn't how you treat the host. It's how you treat everybody around him. Yeah. And you've been a dickhead to them. No disrespect to you, except you're an asshole. I was in an airport in Eastern Europe. I was headed somewhere. You were headed somewhere different. I watched a woman come up to you and ask you for an autograph, and you completely ignored and disrespected her and walked off. You're an asshole. But that's not why we're talking about this. So we say, I don't know you. Right. I don't know you. But I don't have to know you to know you're an asshole. I don't get into your family business. Your family business has nothing to do with me, except when you make it public. And when you put your family in public on blast, that might make you an asshole. That's all I'm saying. When you have children and you say my children are the product of evil, that might make you an asshole. When somebody says, yo, but the Bible says you should love your children, you say my older children were the product of sin. That might make you an asshole. That's just a fact. When you have a child named Brian McKnight Jr., and then you fall out with them, have a new baby, name him Brian McKnight with a different middle name, and then legally change your name to the new kid's name, you tried to start back at one with your kids? Nigga, that might make you an asshole. So please, don't act like you better than us. You're not. You worse than us. If you want to come up here and debate, I'm sure they would let you debate. But you didn't contact nobody. You're lying, just like your children say you lie. And for the record, I have spoken to your children off the record, and they've told me a laundry list of shit about you that's way worse than anything that's ever happened in the public. I'm not going to say that on air. We could keep that between me and you. But if you keep doing this, I will put it out.
See, that's the thing.
So now, if you want the smoke, keep coming, or we can just stop this right here, my brother. God bless.
Brian McKnight, first of all, let's do this.
Nigga! Mark to my hell, nigga!
It's Mark to my hell, pussy.
What?
Oh man.
He quoted Brian McKnight and Jay-Z in one rant and then dropped his kids in it. Let's keep that between me and you for now. My God.
Oh man.
The only thing I disagreed with is his kids be lying too. They don't fall too far from the tree. What's up? That was something.
I got a lot going on my screen right now. What's going on? I'm seeing things I ain't never seen before on my screen. What the fuck is going on?
Start back at 1.
I would love to stop the bomb, but I can't right now, y'all. I don't know what just happened to my screen. Oh shit, what the fuck? I got things popping up.
Kid. He had another kid to change the middle name to keep the new Brian McKnight Jr. and change it.
Yo, I can't stop the bomb. Yo, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I can't hear it. I don't know. Make sure people can hear it, because I can't hear anything.
I can't. Oh shit! What the fuck?
Are the comments saying they can hear it? I can't hear it.
I can't see the comments. What the fuck just happened? Why won't this get off my screen?
There was an interview with one of the, I guess the junior, the original junior.
What the fuck is going on?
And there's some questionable behavior on the kid's side too. So I mean, I maybe we could possibly blame Brian McKnight for that, the way he raised the kids. But man, you talk about freeloading. Whew.
I don't know. Brian McKnight is a weird.
He said the baby, the child's mother, because he had he had 2 babies with one girl, and then he was going to have a baby with another girl. He called Brian McKnight and said, "Can we stay with you?" And then Brian McKnight said, "No, I got to put my foot down." The girl that he was with, the new girl that this junior was with, said to Brian McKnight, he said, "You were going to pay for everything." The guy's 30. Brian McKnight just did an interview and said, "We were on tour multiple times. They got tired of being on tour. When they were 22 and 24 somewhere around, I said, y'all, I'm tired of smoking weed in my house and all this. I'm going to get y'all an apartment. I'm going to pay for the apartment for a whole year so y'all can help get it together." The year went by, nothing happening. He said, "I'm going to pay for another year." He said, "They recorded a song at my house. They started doing music. I put my whole team on it. I started letting them open up for me. You know what they did? They got on tour. A few dates in, they quit. Then he went and got the other girl pregnant and said they wanted to move in." So he could be an a-hole. He could be a deadbeat. But we need to also have a new hashtag, because people have been saying this to 50 Cent the whole time till the story came out. Oh, 50 Cent don't treat his son right. When 50 Cent told that story about how he tried to give his son everything and put his son into business. And he was involved in sneaker trading in the very beginning. He tried to get his son like a StockX, make him like one of the main players in the sneaker business. All this money, all this planning for business. The mom was like, well, just give him the money. He just wants to have the money, blah, blah, blah. And they ended up not doing anything with their life. And I was like, you know what? I'm a dad that don't give up, but sometimes you do got a distance. And I think we need to start saying deadbeat dads because they're really a thing, but we also need to start saying deadbeat kids, especially if they're 30. And I think Brian McKnight is an a-hole, but not a deadbeat, but he's an a-hole dad with a deadbeat kid, at least one, maybe two.
See, that's the problem with these with situations like this. And this is why I guess you do everything you can not to put, I guess it takes a lot of discipline not to bring up these stories in public. Because if you bring up these stories in public and you start and you're the star, I don't know who's right or wrong. All I know is that when you're the star and you're a dad and you're not white, sometimes even if you're white, but if you're not white, you're not going to look. The perception is you're going to have to deal with this unless you're an extreme personality like 50 Cent, who really,
it's a little different.
Who really does not care.
But his image is being shot and being gangster, so that plays into it too. It's
that's another good.
It's not like Bill Cosby, America's dad. Remember, it was like a fall from grace. We were all shocked. Oh, how could Bill Cosby? Like 50 Cent being hard and being strict ain't shocking nobody. Like we're not like, oh man, he's like a military dad. Kind of expect. That.
So I don't know. I would never want to be in that situation. I would never want to have to. I don't know about the changing the names and everything like that. I think that just becomes
a-hole, total a-hole move. That's why I said Mark is totally right, especially when he said, because I went through that with you and them at the station. People would come to the station and not speak to me, and not, I'd be like, yo, I just let you in the door and went on the elevator. And if Mike ever gets sick or is out at an event, who do you think is going to be here filling in or something? Like, who do you think might be next in line? Why would you not, even just strategically, it just didn't make sense for people like not speak to me, get inside the studio and talk to everybody. So I've seen what Mark is talking about, where it's like, okay, that's the measure of who's like a genuine person, a nice person, or who's just performing, let's do lunch, right? I do know, the a-hole is 1,000%. But when they try to act like, oh, he don't provide for us, he don't look us out, he left us hanging, and he said he waited 2 years to tell his side of the story, where it's like, no. And
that's a long time. That's a long time.
But I have, by marriage, situations with deadbeat adults in my own family.
Right.
So I've seen this. Stop giving them stuff. I've seen this. No, you need to kick them out. They're gonna find somebody. That's what leeches do. And guess what? Every time I've seen anybody, even back in college, anybody that didn't pay rent, anybody that couldn't get their life together, they just moved on to the next dope, like Tupac says in Strictly Forma, right? Sooner, once you say, no, I can't do this anymore, and you think, oh, I just felt so bad because they'd be homeless and they'd be, no, they just find somebody else. The next day, they are under somebody's roof by the end of that day because they done ran their scheme on somebody else. And that's all you could do is let them run it somewhere else and let them stop leeching off you. And I've seen them 24. I've seen them almost 30. I've seen them full-time video games. I've seen them can't get a job for over a year and a half and they'll go to a college degree. I've seen all of it where it's like, I've seen that whole let them people go. And even worse is the rich kids from the jump where they just think since you have millions, we have millions. And that's why Warren Buffett said, I'm giving away 90% of my wealth. He said, I want my children to have enough that, they won't, need for anything, but I don't want them to have so much that they won't do anything.
So, so me, Doc, and Jay Black, and I didn't expect Jay Black to be here today. He might pop up, but the Eagles
don't get there. About to say
they had a tremendous loss, so I don't think Jay Black's gonna be here. But I wanted Jay Black to be here. I wanted him to be here because we had gotten to a huge in Michael Sean and Takeover Legend morning show mode. We got into a huge debate / argument over a woman coming, the side chick or somebody in the family coming to a funeral, and she went to kiss the body and she got pulled off. And the whole thing started. So I was on the side of like, y'all probably shouldn't have done all that, whatever. So we go back and forth. Everybody goes back and forth. Y'all are basically saying this bitch deserved to get taken off the casket and whatever. And I'm like, maybe y'all doing too much. And it's the funeral. We go back and forth. So when we get into stuff like that, it stays on my mind. Not that it's bothering me, it stays on my mind. So when I see something else that maybe we can, we can correlate that and revisit that. When I saw this video, I have never seen a video so fast that I jumped on Dr. Aaron Smith and Jay Black's side on something. I literally went, this is triggering. This doesn't happen at the funeral. This happens at the burial. So,
I've seen this. I've seen this.
In your mind, just imagine the funeral has happened. So now the burial, which I'm very bad at. I don't go to people's burials unless I absolutely have to. There is something for me as a child that watching a body going into the ground, and the first one I saw was my father's mother. No, lie. The first one I saw was my father's sister, my aunt. And I was about, I guess, 10, 11. And it didn't sit well with me. Like it really didn't sit well. So a burial to me is like, it's so traumatic because when you're at a funeral, you get to see the person. They're gone, but you actually get to physically see the person. The burial to me, throwing dirt on somebody to me is just, it's just a whole nother level of just, my God, this person is gone forever. For whatever, if that makes sense to people, it makes sense. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's just burials aren't my thing. So at this burial, the side chick is at the burial. So this bitch followed the family to the burial. Now, but just real quick, I know I'm being long with it. People, burials are for the family and people who are really close to the family. If there are any issues that you have with this person, in my opinion, I'm not saying this is law, stay away from the burial. If you wanted to make amends with somebody at the funeral, that may not even be cool. But to follow the family in the procession, to go to the burial and have your headlights on and to be a part of us going to the burial, to me, I'm not the switch gets switched off and I just lose it. That, my friends, could get me there. That could get me there. There's probably 5 things, maybe my little ass, that could get me there. But this is the side chick at the burial. Look, I ain't making this up. You know, you're going to judge and say, who is taping? Who had enough time to get the phone out? Listen, I understand people needed evidence. This is the side chick at the burial. And we're going to read this. Came across this video on Facebook. I went through the comments. This is the side chick in the grave with him. She did this in front of the wife. The wife.
I told you that your camera ready. No. That's why they stopped blowing the casket. That's why they stopped blowing. Baby girl, you gotta get up. Come on.
Look how they gripped her up, yo.
Come on, man. Come on. You can't do that. You can't go there. Stop. Come on, girl. No, you can't do that. I'm gonna go on.
I've heard somebody else say that. That's why they stopped blowing caskets. I've heard that before on that video. I've heard people say that when they do the roses and they only bring the casket down a little bit, I've heard people say literally that they stopped lowering the casket all the way down because people started wilding out and all that and dangers and whatever else. So I didn't think that, I never saw it happen, but I've heard that rumor or that said before. That's why they'd be like, thank you all for coming, right? And
yeah. Thank you all for coming.
But back in the day, like you said, that back in the day, it was like you said, it was dirt, it was low, it was everything. You would see all of that back in the day. But now it's just like, oh, they might lower it a little bit. People throw the flowers, they let off a dove, and they're like, thank y'all. We got it from here.
But
that's like typical now.
I don't know how they don't fuck you up. Do you know the restraint?
I don't respect the family. She wouldn't be who she was if she respected that family. So by default, we know she don't respect that family. So she gonna do what she feel. But shout out to the violent uncle, because every family has somebody that's like violent or did some time that we all act like we don't like, but we like that. I'm not gonna say we like. I just
We
say
like he's on
everybody.
our side. He's like,
Yeah, they
he's
was
on
like,
our
oh, don't do
side.
that, don't do that. They was like, don't do that. But you know darn well he was gonna be the one to grab her out that yeah, and everybody else was gonna talk about it and record it. So shout out to, because I know them people who were in and out of jail and everything, they never feel appreciated in the family because they don't make the most money and got all the success. But everybody got that one person that everybody calls when it goes somewhere else, and even just to get information, let alone some backup. So shout out to that dude who kept saying, "What's wrong with you, B? What's wrong with you?" Because you need an enforcer. You need security on deck in every family.
You need the person who's not going to follow the protocol that you follow because you don't want to be looked upon a certain way, that you gripped her up and threw her out the, but that person could care less about the protocol and the look. I've been looked upon. Y'all been looking at me like this the entire time, but this is why y'all have me around, because none of y'all built to do what your feelings are telling you to do. So I couldn't. And let me
He
tell
didn't
you
care about the funeral. He didn't care if she was a woman. He didn't care about cursing in front of the pastor. He didn't care about none of that. He didn't care about swinging and throwing it around.
He didn't care about swinging. Hey. And let me just tell y'all something, because when people try and make rules, like, when people try and make rules in crime and stuff like that, and people try and say no snitch rules and everything, I always go like, there's no fucking honor amongst thieves. I don't get into that. I'm a civilian. I don't get into that. Let me tell y'all Sidechick something. Y'all celebrated birthdays in secret. Y'all had sex in secret. Y'all celebrated holidays in secret. Your existence was a secret. So guess what else you're going to do in secret? You're going to fucking mourn in secret. Yeah. The same way you did everything. Have your funeral in your house. Have your funeral in your house. Inside your house with a picture and play some sad songs and drink your wine and reminisce by yourself. Your existence was a secret. So keep it a secret. Be consistent on what you were built on. You weren't built on public consumption. You weren't built on that.
Public consumption.
You were built.
Yeah, Michael Jackson got a song, "Keep It in the Closet." Michael Jackson, keep it in the
closet. You were As we lay. You were the underground artist that never got any radio play. We just heard you at certain spots. You're not a mainstream artist. You don't get here out. You're not part of this. So when you try and come out and you get that ass beat, don't act surprised, because the reason you kept it a secret, partially of the reason you kept it a secret, because you knew you was gonna get your ass beat. There's a part. Some of y'all didn't care. Some of y'all down to fight. But a lot of y'all, a lot of y'all kept it because you knew the wife was dangerous or the cousins was dangerous and stuff like that, and you kept it on the low.
And what y'all had?
So just keep it on the low. That's part of the deal.
Whitney Houston, all the men I need.
Play all those
hits,
songs.
all the greatest hits.
All the greatest hits.
As we lay, keep it in the closet. All the man I need.
Yes.
You may have had him once, but I had him all. That's the wife's one. That's the wife's song. You might have had him once, but I got him all the time. All the time. Moking stuff. Okay. Yeah. Stay where you at. Stay where you at. Have a whole
Just
shrine.
stay there. Because if you don't, now mind you, I'm not going by legally what can happen. I'm not going by legally what could happen, what charges could happen. I'm just telling you, just on the griminess of what I've taken part in. Let me say that, what I've taken part. The griminess is that an ass whipping, a beat down, and a trip to the emergency room, at least, is what you probably deserve and what could happen.
Okay. You weren't with the family no other time. You were in other family events. Now you want to be with the family.
Now you want to be with the family.
Away from the family. Yeah.
You were trying to get him to. You were trying to get him to leave the family.
Leave the family. Yeah.
You was banking on him leaving. And now you want to do what?
Where's dad at? His kids were saying, "Where's daddy at?" He was with you. He was with you.
What? Oh, where the comments at? Oh, damn. I did something to the comments. Ain't that about something? There's something officially going really wrong with this. I'm trying to get to your comments. I'm not ignoring them. Let's see if we can. There we go. All right. Let's see what we got. Mike has to take charge. That part, Mike, keep it to yourself. All right, here's some. You're right, OC. Let the man rest in peace with dignity. The uncle said, not today, but no, not today, not at all. We're not playing those games. Oh my goodness, I saw this video. This is crazy. I did not know it was a side chick. I thought it was a destroyed family member. Some people have no respect. They snatched her out of there like a dog. And I don't know how old the person was, but I couldn't tell for sure. She had a young body look. She had a young look.
Yeah, real young. I wonder how old
was it just me?
I don't want to. I didn't want to go there, but yeah, look a little Shannon Sharpish possibly. It depends on how old the person was. Then I hope. I won't say. I won't say hope it was a young person that passed, but she looked a little younger.
She looked a little young, and listen, that could be a part of this whole thing. He could have played with her mind, and he could have had her somewhere. I don't know. We're we're assuming.
Unless she was a smoker, because smokers be keeping a young body. You know, they be dressing like they 14 when they 60, riding bikes and stuff around the hood with a little ponytail in the back, walking all fast.
Craig said, I put my kids on my auto insurance. I told them I won't let you fall. However, you need to establish credit and start building. At first, she was tight, and now has an 820 credit score. She listened.
There you go. It's a balance. It's a balance. As we talked about earlier, you got to give a little balance of accountability, responsibility, independence, and support. Yeah, we all walking that tightrope as parents. We don't want to spoil them, but we don't want to leave them out there. Yeah,
we don't want to leave them out there. And listen, I'll be the first one to tell you, I've had this conversation with especially me and Monty. I said, Monty, you're in a situation right now you're never going to be in ever again. So please, let's plan accordingly. You're in a situation where you're not paying for your car insurance. You're not paying for this, and I don't want you to. But understand, there's a time frame that you are now here to invest in yourself. You have time to, everything you do is to invest in building what you want to build. And I'm here. You give me the direction, I'll give you a hand. So I get it. But listen, we are trained. We're technically, and I've heard this from somewhere else, our job is to train you to build you to a situation where you don't need me. Like
you're not gonna be forever. We're not gonna be forever.
It's not, and even when I'm here, there's gonna be a time where hopefully it'll be a long time ago. I may not be capable. I may not be as spry as I am, and it's gonna be up to you. Let me see other comments. I went to my mama's. I don't go to the second part either. Yeah, the second part is not for me. I don't.
And sometimes they forbid it. Sometimes the family says only for the family, and they block everybody out just because of what you're saying.
Stay away, period. Just the burial can be very traumatic. I've seen that. Ain't no way. Let me give Miss Parker said, wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I saw that. Disrespect.
She ain't even get dressed. She looked like she was going to get a chopped cheese from the bodega. Why was she dressed in the
she might be going to work. She looked like she might have been going to work.
She was on her way to work. She said, matter of fact,
stop by.
My Walmart vest. Let me hold it.
Just because you take your name tag on doesn't mean you're dressed. It doesn't change your outfit. It's still the same outfit.
I'm professional. I'm professional now. I done clipped it.
Let me rest in peace. Yeah, that is a whole. He picked the wrong side chick. There's no. Let's be clear.
Every side chick's the wrong side chick.
Yeah, there's no right side chick.
Ain't no right side chick.
They might be more respectable. They're not respectable or more.
Some play their position. Some play their position.
Yeah, play their position, and there's a word for that. There's a subtlety.
Discreet, appropriate.
Discreet. Discreet.
Okay.
Discreet.
Yeah. Stay out there, like you said it. Stay to the side.
Just stay over there.
Slide to the left. Slide to the right.
Yeah, my take changed when I saw that. I said, whoa, wow. I said, this is. I said, Mama, like we can't. All right, Pastor Mike. All right, hey, listen. I'm just. If that's the game you want to be in, it's a dirty game. And let me tell and let me yep, Doc is that uncle on the low. You got to be hey man. Me and Miss Jones, even if the wife knew about her, stay in your exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
Well, what's the point? What are you doing?
Yeah,
because you're right. You're lucky nobody else snapped out. Because in that moment, with all that grief and all that trauma, they could have just started stomping you to death. Like it could have happened, and nobody would have pulled anybody else off because they all family and they all going through it. All it would took was 2 good punches to the face, and you could have been irreparable harm if Uncle just tried to ground and pound you.
I went to a funeral. The funeral was highly attended. Highly attended. This person was, everybody was shocked, and and I went to a funeral, and I played. I was in the back. This is heyday. We're in the radio. We're popping. I'm playing the back. I'm trying to be super low key, and I'm nothing. And I see the people up front, significant other up front, child up front, mom up front, whatever. And everybody gets their chance to go up. And I see one young lady go up, and in my mind, I don't know for sure, but I got a funny feeling because I'm good with faces, but I'm not good with names. And I'm seeing this person go up there, and I'm going to myself, I don't know. But I'm like, it's cool. And when I see the performance,
it's cool for you.
It's cool for me. I'm like, go ahead. When I see the performance that she puts on in the crying, I said, you know what? There were 2 things that made me leave. Number 1, somebody tried to book me for a show while I was in the church.
Wow, okay.
While it's going on, somebody gave me the card. Said, yo, John. Yeah. I was like, wow. I said, okay.
Everybody grieved different. Everybody
grieved different. Yeah. I'm like, listen, I took the card. I ain't no better. I took the card, right?
Laughter's the best medicine. I'm trying to get Yo, he was funny. He was funny as hell, wasn't he? That made me matter of fact, thinking of humor.
But when I saw old girl put on the performance, it was like the director said, and action. And when you start crying and yelling a name and saying the name, and I said, you got to be fucking kidding me right now.
Asking God why? Did she ask why? Did she say
why? Oh, it was every cliche.
Why? Why? Because people die. That's why. What you mean?
I said, you know what? Yeah. And I said, yeah. And I remember this day because I had somebody fill in for me it was a Saturday. So I had a Saturday shift that I did. And I was like, you know what? I'm out. And I went and I got there and the person was there. I forget who filled in for me. And the person said, you want me to leave? I said, no, you might as well get your money. Cause they were getting the hourly thing. I said, you might as well get your hours. I'll just chill here. But dog, at that moment I said, what? I don't know what clicks. What imaginary life are we living? You weren't the main person.
Main character syndrome for the side chick. Sometimes they wear an outfit too. Sometimes they wear a little. It's grief and seduction mixed up. So it'll be like the big the Melania Trump hat. So you could tell she's a special griever, but then it's like a tight dress. So she want to be sexy and sad at the same time. It's a little sexy sad thing going on. But a lot of side chicks do that. They'll make sure they stand out, and if they make sure the people get screwed, they are grieving more than everybody else because I slept with them and my body's still T. Right? And I noticed that.
And before anybody says anything, I am not excusing the behavior of the person who has passed away. But if these people have agreed to mourn,
no point.
I'm not excusing.
I'm not. But Mike, we might as well move on. You're right, Mike. I think you're focusing on the right thing, Mike. Stay where you at, Mike. Don't come on. Don't worry about that. That's over. That's dead. That's dead and gone. That's old news. That's dead and buried. Not dead and buried. Not buried yet. But that's. But no, I think you're right. It's for the living. It's for the living. Stay with
but it's for the living. We decided. We decided that this is what goes on. So I'm not trying to say.
I'm not judging you, player.
I'm not judging you.
He already being judged. He being judged while we speak. He be sitting up there like, how'd I do? I mean. You see a body though. I tried.
He might have been there last night. She might have been the last person who saw him alive.
I love you. She said, I'm going to the funeral. I wish somebody would tell me not to go.
I'm the last person who saw him.
I called 911. He was at my house.
Oh man. Miss Clark says what the Eagles lost. Yeah, Jay. It was a bad
loss.
It was a bad. When I'm watching it, like, first of all, I had a feeling, and I ain't text him because I was going to text him like, yo, I have a feeling that this comeback is about to happen, but I ain't saying nothing because the Cowboys had shot themselves in the foot multiple times when they would drop. But anyway, I don't want to get too deep into it. But as they're setting up for the field goal for the Cowboys to beat the Eagles, I wrote down, all right, make sure all the subjects I have, me and Doc can do ourselves and Jay. I said,
No,
save
that
anything.
Super Bowl losses, a couple of playoff losses, but in the last 25 years, that might be on a few people's top 5. The fact that it was them, the fact that we scored 21 off the bat, talk about emotional roller coasters that ended the wrong way for Eagles fans that have been fans for the last 30 years, that might have been in a lot of people's top 5, where it's like, even sometimes in the playoffs, we had made it further than people thought we were going to get, so it didn't sting the same, and maybe the game from the beginning wasn't really going our way, so it didn't hit the same because we had time to process it. You know, the Super Bowl is always a Super Bowl, but absent the Super Bowl, and like, I remember one time we thought McNabb was going to do it, and yeah, I mean, there was a couple, but that's about it, man. And
But
who's the quarterback before McNabb? Who's what I'm trying to say? The black guy. What I'm trying to say? Gosh, somebody gonna type it in.
There was all the black quarterbacks with Donovan McNabb, Michael Vick,
No, before them Eagles.
Deron Jaworski. Oh, Randall Cunningham.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Randall Cunningham.
Some people might bring up a Randall Cunningham season or a moment, like, but besides that, we still talking about top 6 where it was just like that hurt. That one, like you said, down to the last second.
But let me tell you, just so y'all don't know, I'm gonna toot my horn about being consistent. Sunday at 6:59, I text Jay Black. This was in favor of the Eagles. Yo, these refs are out of control with the calls.
Yes, they were. Yes.
He says facts. I said, I've never seen that type of offensive pass interference ever called. They called the
even when
offensive.
They came back, they kept calling stuff. Even when they came back, they kept calling stuff.
And when I saw that call, Devontae Smith, they called pass interference on him, and the announcer was like, they must have been confused. The announcers actually said they must have thought somebody fell down. And when I saw those little calls, see, those little calls, they know those small calls shift games with the superior
took
athletes.
The steam out. Took all the steam out. It took all the steam out because the steam was rolling. And then your steam, then your energy goes to, like you said, anger. Or what are you talking about? Why'd you make that call? The energy goes everywhere but the next play. Coach is mad, the center, everybody's mad. Yeah.
And since we're gonna stay on football, Shedeur Sanders had his first start as an NFL quarterback Sunday. And Shedeur Sanders is the first quarterback in Cleveland Brown history in like 40 years to win his first start. He did win his first start. He did throw for over 200 yards. He had like 2 or 3 amazing plays. And you know what they're bitching about? They're bitching now that Shedeur Sanders shouldn't have been so happy during the interviews afterwards when the interviewer asked him about, well, what if? And all he said was, what if I would have had a whole off season practicing with the first team? What if I would have been able to work? He said I would have been dangerous. He said I would have been dangerous. And they were like, this is the problem. Former I forget what his it's not Belichick. It's I forget what his name is. And I shouldn't because he coached the Jets. He said, this is the problem. See, we didn't need this. He didn't need what?
Yeah, but I said, shut up.
You didn't need what? The coach then went into the locker room and had the pep talk afterwards. The team is going crazy. He points out everybody who had a great game. And he said, oh, yeah, Shedeur Sanders had a great. Oh, yeah. And Shedeur had a great game. But let's give it up for the defense.
That's that Muhammad Ali. You're not that pretty. Your mama's gonna name you Cassius. I'm gonna call it always that. So the Williams sister. Remember she get interviewed by the white guy, and she's like, "Well, why are you so confident you're gonna win?" And the dad stepped in and said, "That's a little black girl. She said she's gonna win. Don't mess with her confidence." Even Tiger Woods, same thing. What the guy was talking about Tiger Woods said, "You'll learn." And it was like, "No, you're a hater," and he ended up winning.
And instead of saying his potential, what he could turn, they were like, "Well, he does." One former quarter, he does have an it factor. And the announcer, Colin Cowherd, who sat there, he's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, he literally said this. He's a great kid. He's got a great smile. No, bitch, he just won.
A great smile?
Like
the OnlyFans or football? Nigga, football fans or OnlyFans?
He said his teammates really like him, which is what is one of the most important things as a quarterback that you need is that your team.
They would describe it differently. They would say leadership skills. It was somebody white. They would say
exactly. Myles Garrett, one of the greatest defensive players in history. Literally, they had a camera on him when Shedeur Sanders rolled to the right and threw a 60-yard bomb, and his face glue. His smile was like, "Yo, we finally have somebody who can do that." We've been playing with this stiff that y'all put in there who couldn't throw a screen pass. And now we got a dude that can roll out to the right and throw on the run 60 yards and hit a dime. But anyway, I digress. The ratings speak for itself. The Cleveland Browns and the Las Vegas Raiders, two teams that together only total 4 wins, had huge ratings. The ratings were through the roof because Shedeur Sanders was quarterbacking. So talk your shit, brace yourself, because it's football. There'll be some bad moments. It's football. Brace yourself, young man.
I thought you were about to play the video. I
don't have the video. I apologize. I don't have the video.
No, I know you're always talking about how fake football is, and I saw that viral video of the Browns game with the punt from the 30-yard line, and the guy was like, "Who the f punts
from the 30-yard line?"
The little rascals kick. He did a little beep kick in the air over the line. Yeah, he was screaming. He's like, the 30-yard line, from the 30-yard line.
Shedeur Sanders is fighting a coach who wants to win but doesn't want to win to make you look good. He wants to win, but he wants to make sure. They ran the Wildcat twice at the goal line because they didn't want Shedeur to be the person to go into the end zone and throw his wrist on the air and show his watch. That's what you didn't want.
The Marshawn Lynch. You remember they didn't throw the ball and ended up losing. Yeah. The whole Marshawn Lynch was open, but not you. We want to win, but not that way.
And Billy J said Myles Garrett's look, it was priceless because the man literally is averaging. It's got a humongous. They had 10 sacks in the game. I think Myles Garrett may have had 3 or 4. It was ridiculous. And when Myles Garrett saw the offense do that, you could tell the glow that he was like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
The best player on the team was astonished, but the head coach wasn't. Crazy. Wait, Jay Black not on because the game from Sunday. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Candy and Todd. Let's get to some mindless behavior, mindless distractions. So Candy and Todd. Candy from formerly of Escape. They on whatever show, Real Housewives, Love and Hip Hop. I don't know what show they are. Our husband's Todd, and they've been together for 10 years. Filing for divorce. Well, now the internet is what the internet is. They started showing conversations that now they feel led that these were the clues. These were the clues that the divorce is coming. Now, the only reason I'm playing this is because I like Candy. I want you to hear what Candy feels about divorce and about men getting half or men getting a certain part of the money and stuff like that. So here is Candy and Todd. They're just having a casual conversation, but the internet ain't shit because they break everything.
Conversation. No, but it is to me because even in divorce, I don't think it's right. No,
that's not even part of the conversation.
No, but it is to me because even in divorce, I don't think it's right when men be trying to take half for the women. I don't think it's cool. Like I feel like a man should always be a man and be able to handle his own.
So you gained your money while the man was with you, and he nurtured you, he helped you, gave you ideas. He was a part of that, that progression. You don't think he should get anything? You did it all.
What is he? Nobody said she did it all.
First of all, why you
that? Let's work on this. Like he's setting you up. He's organizing you. He's getting your shit right.
You said like a Wendy Williams situation.
Oh, I don't really know that thing, but I'm just saying that he helps you blow up.
Well, I'm saying because he was like her manager, right?
No, I'm just saying someone who like really influences, who's really there. So now you blew up. You wasn't blown up. Now you blew up.
Okay, I like how Steve Harvey say he is now with his wife. But the money I had when I came in this thing,
But nobody's talking about. Nobody's. No, that's not even part of the conversation.
No, but it is to me because what I'm saying is, when you and I got together in marriage,
right,
and we made more businesses, we made more, there were more things happening.
Right.
To me, the money that was made after marriage, that's a different conversation because we both contributed, whatever.
Now, I like Candy. I've interviewed Candy multiple times. She's super nice. Yes, she's. I said formerly of Escape. They're on tour now. They're always on and off. They're always together, and then they're not together. And then there's a drama, and so okay, she's part of Escape. the little thing she said, whatever I made before I got here, what we built together, you should get that, but you shouldn't get that. That depends on what state, boo-boo, that you're in. Depends on what state. In Cali, they don't change what you made before you got married. You know what they look at? What you have. Now, once again, I like Candy. Let me ease you with the love. But the first part when she says, I don't believe a man should get the stuff. I think a man should always be a man and have his own stuff. That's not part of the marriage rules, sweetie.
That's not equality.
That's not equality. Yeah, that's not equality.
Yeah, that's not equality. Like that's not what
y'all
fighting for.
Then I should be allowed to say I don't agree with women taking half. You should be a woman and have your own. I've been told you're supposed to have your own. So that little thing of what I made first of all, what I made before this. No, that's not the grimy game marriage is.
You cast into one lot. That's what they say. Cast everything into one lot. Y'all together.
Y'all together now.
Don't your mother-in-law talking. Your mother-in-law saying keep a separate account, but the Bible saying the Bible saying cast in one lot. But your mother-in-law is the one talking about you better keep you an account on the side so he can catch you and want to leave you. I mean,
you never know. You always got to have a safety net. You always got to. Candy's mom did not like Todd because she said he wanted her for her money. Okay, all right, cool.
He just said it. Here go the mother-in-law. Yep, that's what we doing.
Anything they did together, that's what you get half of. You do not anything she had before. That's not how a man or woman. No, that's not true. That's not true. Unless you sign a prenup.
Yeah, because we was back Eddie Murphy raw. I want half Eddie. Give me half Eddie. Right, when found a girl and butt naked in Africa, and then she learned English, and the first thing she said was she wanted half, and he wanted to find somebody who didn't know he was Eddie Murphy. Like that been going on since the 80s.
And I'll tell you this, I agree. People shouldn't get money from stuff that you had before. I agree with that.
Yeah, then none of these people get money. Eddie Murphy's wife wouldn't have got no money. Jeff Bezos' wife, Jeff Bezos' wife was a little while, but a lot of these millionaire and billionaires they were already established. That's how they got the woman in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't even have the wife they had if they wasn't a millionaire or billionaire. So that's never the way it works.
If I was broke when I met you and we're building together, I should get afterwards, not before. Yeah, that makes common sense. But I've been trying to tell you, Court isn't common sense. She's Escape forever. Y'all just told me she's part of Escape, right? Y'all just told me she's part of Escape. That means she was part of Escape before she met him. But after they're married, the finances that she keeps getting from Escape, being off tour while they're married, builds the account of what they together have come together and made. I agree. Candy shouldn't have to give up that money. But that's not what's going to happen. Just like I agree that I shouldn't have to keep your lifestyle up because I created a lifestyle that you didn't have before you met me. But now when we get divorced, they're telling me that I have to keep that lifestyle up for you, even though you're not with me no more. I still have to keep your lifestyle.
If you achieve the lifestyle after you leave her, they come for more money when you get a raise. I don't know what y'all talking about. I can go make $1 million today, and I'll probably get a notice in my mailbox if it's on TV. So
the fact
you not just money before, not just money during. People come for money after. You go ahead and win the lottery on TV, and don't think your ex-wife or ex-husband is going to be like, oh, I need more money. 50 Cent them say all the time, now she wants more money. Basketball players all the time, she's getting 50 grand a month. Tyrese, remember his wife was getting like 50 grand and then she ended up getting 7 because she kept being greedy. Like Horace Grant said, the viral video said it came for his pension, his future money, his money for when he retires. Like, what? No, don't change the rules now. That's why Halle Berry's so mad. She said it was extortion.
It's extortion, but
don't.
But when you're having these conversations, don't ever bring up. Well, I think a man. No, don't bring up that man shit.
Get specific now. Now everybody got to roll because when you were supposed to stay in your place, there was no place for you. When you had a role and you were supposed to stay in your place, there was no place. Everybody gets all the places for everybody. So guess what? All the places is for everybody. It ain't no man's place or woman's place to come to this gold digging. The same way you could be in the kitchen, you could be at the job, I could be at work, or I could be sitting home getting a check from you. Equality, we can all play.
He never wanted to sign a prenup. I bet he didn't.
Yeah, why would he? Why would he? Shout out to Kendall and Mary J. Blige. Shout out to Kendall and Mary J. Blige. Shout out to
Let me tell you
Kevin
something.
Federline, Britney Spears.
If I meet somebody after I've already become wealthy, rich, wealthy, whatever term you want to use, we'll say rich because they say wealthy is more, but we'll say rich. You're signing a prenup. I'm in love with you. And guess what? If I meet you and you are a few $1 million deep and you say, Mike, you know, we got to sign a prenup, I'm going to go, yeah, cool. What is it? Because I know I ain't have nothing to do with this. Down from here.
I told you that viral video that the one young lady said, I'm gonna multiply everything you got, so it doesn't matter. And I felt that. She was like,
I'm gonna
whatever
multiply
you bring
it.
to me, I'm gonna multiply it. So yes, you might have came to me with 10 million, but we're gonna be discussing this 100 million when we get done. We're gonna be discussing this billion when we get done. So keep your little 10 million. If I'm involved in the picture, like and she said, we did business and all that after and made it bigger, I'd be fine with that. But like you said, that's not the way it works any other time. So don't switch it up now just because there's a penis in the picture.
And if we create a business, and this is where it got to be grown. Don't bring this up. If I love you, you love. What'd you say?
No, I said no Trump. The new no Diddy is no Trump.
No Trump. No Trump. No Trump.
I said penis in the picture. No Trump.
No Trump. No Trump. No Trump. No Bill. No Trump.
No Diddy. No Donald. No Diddy. No Donald.
If you come up to me and we're together, I love you. But if we start a business, if I'm going to start working in your business, we're going to do paperwork to understand what part of this. We're not going to do this based on I'm just your husband. And no. We not only for that, for tax purposes, for everything, we have to. This is my position in here, and my ego ain't gonna be like, yeah, I'm paying you a salary. Okay, my wife's paying me a salary because we need to make it clear that I'm holding up this. This is my job, and if I'm the one making the money, your job is this. This is what you get. This is how you get paid. And everybody's going to be like, that's not marriage. It's not marriage because this is a business. We're talking about a business now. This is the system that we're in. If this doesn't work out, we got to split this shit up. And we need to know officially before it even happens, if it even happens. We need to know how this is going to be broken down so we ain't got to get into this 10 years from now. Let's just be grown. You work up, you get car insurance not because you're going to get in a car accident on purpose, because you know there's a chance you're going to get into a car accident.
In case.
Just in case. But go ahead, what were you going to say?
But no, I think there's so many intangibles though, because he made a good point when he was talking about somebody helping you to navigate and helping you work through. He didn't articulate it convincingly.
Exactly.
But I know for a fact, even people like Denzel have said this. She's been with me before the money, but also she was paying the bills when I didn't. Like, there's certain things. How about this one? I got a better one for you, because I always tell a story about the girl not calling me fearless. Somebody believing in me might be worth half my stuff, because when the whole world didn't believe, if somebody believed. Yes. So you're right. You should do all the paperwork you can, Mike, because even when you do all the paperwork, there's still a whole lot that is not fair, and most of the time it's not fair toward women in this regard, because like, oh, you just stayed home, oh, you just raised the kids, and she might be like, I'm the only one that believed in that nigga. He would never even had the heart to try. When he was feeling broken and felt like giving up 10 different times, I'm the one that let him cry on my shoulder and told him he could do it, like Hustle and Flow, that he was the best ever when nobody wanted to listen to his demo. And I'm the one when he was getting locked up that kept the buzz alive, like Gucci Mane's lady. Like, there are women who are doing all of that nobody sees, that's not in paperwork. So you're right, do all the paperwork you can, because even beyond the paperwork, there are people who are half, or if not more so, responsible for other people's success in ways that we can never quantify. And that's unfortunate, but that's why sometimes I do agree where it's like, if y'all were together, y'all are together. There's no way to say, oh, some people, you might be about to kill yourself. Your woman might have took you back from the brink of self-destruction, literally. Don't tell me who's acting on set in the movies, because that's what you see on TV and behind the scenes, and you gonna act like this woman don't deserve her money. She done had your kids, held you down, and preserved your life. And there's a lot that we don't see, right? Behind the scenes, right?
Absolutely.
She could have called the police on you. She could have destroyed your career and your life and had you locked up. Like, so I feel it in a way where it's like, you know what? If I marry somebody, I'm not signing no prenup. I'll be honest with you. If you're willing to give me your body, which I think is priceless, you're willing to sleep around me and trust me. You're willing to share DNA with, and all you're cool with 50-50. But the money not. So the money's up here. Your body and all that is lower than the money because you want to share your body, all full stop. But the money you get different. I would talk to my woman and be like, you know what? It's not even about the money, but I'm gonna tell you how that's a problem. Because I'm willing to die. I'm willing to run downstairs every time there's a bump in the night. It could be 10 people with machine guns. I'm running down there. That's the level of faith and trust and sacrifice I'm willing to make. That's the level of compromise that I'll make any given night. But you got to keep your money. Well, then you stay over there. There's somebody who will sign it, and I'm fine with that. But I'm telling you, for me, I need that Bobby and Whitney. I need all out. I need all out. I need everybody think we're crazy and we wrong and we in love.
And I respect I respect that. I respect it. And if you were with me from the door, your belief in me is probably worth all the money. Your belief in me, I agree, is worth all the money. Like you can't put a dollar sign on what that means when I ain't think I was funny and you said yes you were. It was just a bad show. I know that.
She's one deep in the kitchen.
No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're good.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Keep going. You know what it was? You know, you had to work 12 hours and that's why you wasn't focused and you keep going. And I agree 100%. If I meet you when I am rich, I have to.
No, I feel you. Well,
and I agree.
If it's my money, I feel different.
Yeah, yeah. No. But
I want to find a woman that'll sign it. I'm just telling you, I wouldn't sign it. If you ask me honestly, if I was you, I wouldn't. But I would try to get you to sign it.
I would try and get you to sign it.
I'm being honest. I want to find a woman that would sign it, ideally. But if it was the other way around, I would explain to her why I'm not signing it.
And then Ms. Clark said, a man asking a woman to take care of him financially after a divorce just does something to my soul. It seems wrong. Ms. Clark, I get what you're saying, but y'all don't have the same energy when it's the other way around. I don't know. I shouldn't say you don't, but the world, the public perception is it's the norm for a woman to say, after we get divorced, you should take care of me. Even if there are no kids, they will ask for alimony to still take care of them because I'm just telling you, the whole court thing ain't fair for nobody. And my problem is once you get a divorce, most of the times, unless you did a divorce where we used the same lawyer and everything was cordial and everything was just like, go, go, go. And she got what she got and I left. But in most cases, once you begin a divorce process, it's now a business transaction. So you better have the business set up before you jump into another business transaction. That's all I'm saying. And it's not right. Somebody always gets screwed in there.
But historically, it made a lot of sense because men were going to war and most women weren't working. And that conversation we had earlier about child care and support and all that, when there was more traditional gender roles, it made a lot of sense for a man not to be able to leave, especially when a woman has far less opportunities to provide for herself. So in the 1930s, it was different. Then in the 1970s, I think it's 75, I don't want to say, a year exactly, but in the 1970s, it expanded to this umbrella term that we know now as child support. But after that, we see this exponential growth of women in the workforce and women outpacing men in certain jobs and education. So other things that aren't changing at the same pace. But so we keep all these traditional norms when it comes to paying for first dates and paying for divorce after divorce. But we want everything else to be shared. So my thing is always consistency. If we're going to do equality, let's do equality. If we're going to keep traditional gender roles, let's do traditional gender roles. But like, I can't do both. I can't keep track. So that's why I'm not.
Yeah, that's a problem. You can't keep track. He never wanted to sign a prenup. I don't even know who I look at weirder, the person who doesn't want to sign the prenup or the person who asked the person to sign the prenup. I think both people you can take shade. But if you're going to give me $500,000 to bounce, well, then we got to negotiate the prenup. Because if you're worth $20 million, then the money goes up. This is what's crazy. Everything turns.
I can't have that conversation with the person I love, especially not in no pre-honeymoon phase. I'm just being honest with you. I want to be in love to the point I'm stupid. I want to be in love to the point where I don't want to sign one. That's the type of love I want. Because I've seen that with royal families and all that, where people be like, well, you know, Princess Diana, why would you marry her and all that? I want that kind of love, because I know it exists. I know there's a love that's like, you know what, F this money. There's a level of love, and people say naivete or whatever. Some people don't care about nothing else but the person they love. And they on some damn near Romeo and Juliet. They be like, I'd rather die with this person than even live in this world. Like, some people are really on it like that. That's why I love that reality show with Bobby and Whitney. Because every time I watch that show, it's so sad with the substance abuse and everything else, and with the kids getting neglected. But when I look at them looking at each other, I'd be like, 99% of people never have that. They never have somebody that's like, I don't care if you got a girlfriend who's right here with us on tour. I don't care if there's a crack pipe.
Oh, whoa. Like, yeah, whoa.
I'm saying what they had. I'm saying them. I'm saying what they had.
Yeah, what they had with them.
You're going unconditional? I don't care what you got going on. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what you're doing tonight or what you did last night. I love you.
But and I will say this about Bobby and Whitney, and I get what you're saying, so I'm not trying to debate you on that. A lot of that had to do I'm here for whatever, literally had to do with two addicts who were enabling each other. So this was the comfort zone. So this was the comfort zone. This is why I will punch your girlfriend in the face, literally your girlfriend in the face, Whitney's girl. The dysfunction of that, like the way it ended, if we really opened our eyes.
No, rest in peace. It ended the worst way, but I'm not talking about the way it ended. But I'm talking about there's a scene where they doing that dance together. I don't know if you see, it's like viral moment.
Yeah.
That level of connection, where there's cameras there, there's nobody's there. When they were getting that, we got something in common, like in the video in the pool. When they got locked in, there was nothing else that existed. And I'm not saying it was positive. There was drugs, and there was this, and there was that, and there was all this other stuff going on. But I'm just talking about the connection they had is a once in a lifetime that most people never experience ever in life. Where somebody said, I don't care about this world. I'm locked in with you. F all these cameras and all these people. To the point where Bobby let people think that he got her on drugs and it was the other way around for like 20 years. That's how much he rocked with her.
Let me read Billy. Well, then he rocked with her also because when he got kidnapped, she brought the money to get him out. So some things you just gotta say, shut up, because I just got you. They just had you duct taped.
I ain't gonna look like I know no crack dealer. I got you on crack. I might have to at least make a face. I might be like this in the background.
Todd getting half of that sex toy money. Talking about a happy ending. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me tell you the first time I interviewed Candy. The first time I interviewed Candy, the station was in Conshohocken. Big building. And it was a sunny day, and she came, and for some reason I wasn't doing a night show at that point, and it was just me. So I think I may have come back after being fired from Hot 97. I don't know, or released from Hot 97. And she came up and she was doing the sex toys thing, and this is Candy from Escape. So I'm interviewing her, and she has a thing about her. She can get you in a conversation. She got me in a conversation that normally I'm supposed to try and get the guest into a conversation about. Like, she flipped the script, like she got me into this sex talk without me. And I was like, we knee deep in this now. And I was like, just looking at her like, what the fuck? And then she described the position that was her favorite position. I was like, how did we get here? And the conversation went on.
Knee deep, literally.
And the conversation, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm not. Maybe I shouldn't say this. I think I was being played, or just like that's what she does with everybody, or there was a chance because we kept this conversation going after the mics were off. So the point where I remember the position. I'm not gonna get all into it. I remember the position that she said, and it wasn't your typical. It wasn't what y'all gonna think it was.
Lay back, kicking, and enjoy the ride.
And God bless her, because I ain't gonna lie to her. I think she's a pretty woman, but there is something seductive about her. If you think there's a seduction that she has that she can talk to, and I was like, oh, you got that. Obviously, we just took pictures and she went about her way. They bought a very big house, ATL, that was and she's a great businesswoman. And she had a lot to do with Denzel Washington's Othello on Broadway. Was she an executive producer, or she was something about that? She's
her grind is serious.
She's a songwriter. And a songwriter. So she's brilliant. Let's keep it. Let's keep it 100. But she She got some seduction in my eyes, boy. I ain't gonna hold it tied. I don't know what you're gonna do. You should just shut up and roll the wave. Yeah, you're right. That's why I don't agree to
No,
receive
he looked
alimony.
defeated though. He looked hollowed out in his
Oh
eyes.
yeah,
He had that
yeah.
look. I know that look now. I've seen too many men when they just not respected, and you know the way she was looking at him. You saw what they was zooming on her looks when she was in the chair, looking at him like with all that disdain and disgust.
With all that disdain. And let's be clear, somebody like Stedman could teach a master class. Somebody like
He need to
Stedman
write a book.
he's
He would
written
never
many
write a book.
books. He would never write a
He
book.
would never write.
He
Not
would never
that
write
book.
a
He would
book.
never write
No.
a book about that because he's Stedman and he knows how to stay being Stedman and stay out the spotlight. And yeah.
What's Stedman's net worth? Probably like 15 million, whatever. He's still getting paid Google gobs of money to speak and all that. Stedman could teach a master class how don't listen to your male ego or don't listen to the ego that society makes men have because they tap us with it.
Because Oprah was like, I'm not even getting married. She said, don't worry about a prenup. There's no marriage.
There's no marriage.
There's no marriage. There's no kids. You want to hang out? We can hang out. Stedman's like, I'm cool with that.
You think you talk about Stedman knowing where the bodies are buried?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'll hang out.
He's like, I'm cool. You and Gail do you. That's
When
always
the mics
that.
come, he leaned back. He leaned back when the mics come. Go ahead, do you think? Red carpet, you stand to the side.
I can't quote you, but in the book, in Stedman's book, he casually wrote when he came home, Gail and Oprah were in the bedroom watching movies. In the bed,
Netflix
watching
and
movies.
Netflix and shit.
They're just chilling.
They're just chilling. Just chilling.
They're just chilling.
Just kicking. They're just kicking it. They're just.
I'm gonna see if I can get Stedman's book. I'm for the hell of it, see if I can find it. I didn't touch his pension because I didn't want him to touch mine. Let's just part. No future financial ties and obligations. Beautiful, Miss Clark. Beautiful.
And that's the thing too. If you got two quality people, the expectation is because a lot of people it don't work out. A lot of people don't work out. Even Mike says with the joint bank account, there's a lot of people that go their separate ways and still work things out and make agreements. Like only like the 5 to 10% is like the Dr. Smiths and all that of the world where it's like it's still going on. But 9 times out of 10, you would expect, okay, even if we end up hating each other, we both ain't gonna reduce ourselves or dedicate our time to doing all this extra stuff. So that's why I'm not with the prenup. Because like, what do you think I'm gonna try to do? You really think I'm gonna try to take all your money? Like, because I look at Kevin Federline like, you know, like somebody said, Mary J. Blige can do. Even men look down on that deep down. We don't say it because we want to expose the hypocrisy of women with equality. But deep down, no, most men do not want to file for child support, no matter how deserving they are. They feel like as men, they don't want to do that. So yes, we agree. But technically, if you want to be consistent and keep it equal, we have to highlight that aspect of it. But no, I don't think most men is going to try to.
Technically, 100% of the law, I was in position to file for child support. I didn't.
Yeah, most niggas ain't. Yeah.
I was like, and listen, God bless me with. There was never a situation where I was like, I've never been in a situation where things couldn't get paid because the other person. So I was blessed, but I didn't. So you're right, Doc. You know, most of the time I disagree with what happened to Britney Spears, Holly Berry. Also, if it's a man as well, and you got to watch how fast you say I do to somebody. Sometimes we got to stop acting like marrying somebody. People marry people almost to complete something in them. I don't agree with that. I'm not a therapist. Nothing that I take part in, to me, can complete me. I know that's a deeper rabbit hole, but if you're putting pressure that when I do this with you, I'm going to feel completed. That's a lot of pressure to put on a relationship. I thought I was going to be completed when I was popping. I said I
know that won't do it. Yes,
I said when I get this certain amount of money, I said when I make this certain amount of money, and I was so dumb I doubled it, and that was the most depressing time, being on the balcony of a hotel room and drinking and being like it didn't do it, and being mad like it didn't do it. All the action, all the women, the this, the that. So when you say, "Oh, that's gonna complete me," that's a lot of pressure to put on a relationship, because I don't even know if you know what it is that you really want to complete you. Do you really know what's missing? Are you still missing because you never had a dad in your life? Are you still missing because your parents didn't stay married? Is that what you're missing? Because this ain't gonna fill that.
Yeah. I can't do nothing for that. I can go to therapy with you.
It's not fair that you meet a millionaire man and say, by the way, I want half when we divorce. Shout out to Keisha Cole. I respect what she did with her man. Her divorce.
What she do? Just gave him a check or something? She
I
gave him
don't
a check
know.
and said bounce.
The funny thing is people won't even take a check because they want the long money. Facts, Doc. Somehow having your back on everyone else turns away from you is priceless. It is absolutely priceless.
That's everything. And honestly, even if I had a lot of money, there's a level of support that would make me say, you know what? If you're riding out for me like that, if we getting jumped and you swinging, like, if you're just like, I don't care about my life, I just care about you. Like if you like that, you know what? F this money, man. I just think there is a level above the money. Most times I'm on my business mind. I gotta protect myself. But I've been in situations, like I always say, I've known people who are just like, I got you. And I'm gonna love you the way you need to be loved. I'm gonna understand you like nobody else, and I'm gonna have your back through everything. Like I've seen that up close and personal, where it's like, I ain't worried about no money. I go broke, so what? Like
Billy J brings up an interesting point. High school needs home economics with prenup and CS and child support classes. Damn.
I need to get rid of that child support. Child support is fraud.com. Take care of them kids. That's what they're saying online.
Damn. All right. I actually last
one. How about some stay together classes? Can we get some?
Yeah, how about some stay together? Can we get that?
Get ready to get divorced, little niggas. And get ready to pay up. Wait a minute. Can we do dating 101, like courtship? Can we bring courtship?
Yeah, courtship. Can we get the courtship going?
DMs? Yeah. Not just slide in the DMs. Can we talk about meeting the parents? Can we talk about spending time as a group? And
here,
my God, my man went straight to child support.
I have said a gang of times that I wish, I'm not complaining, but I wish I had been programmed to look at women the way I looked at women. The women was just have more women, talk to the pretty one, talk to the this one, the pretty hair, and use it as your conquest was to have sex with them and have as many as possible. And it came to be one of my pitfalls in learning how to look at women, and how me and Doc, and it stuck with me. Doc said, do you know how many people we met that were beautiful people, but we screwed it up by having sex with them and having a relationship with them that we could literally still be friends right now?
Yeah.
Still be friends right now.
Or like you said, chasing the pretty one, when the one who was much better would have had me much happier, even sexually. Let's take it there, because I'll be honest. The prettiest one is never the sexiest one, if you ask me.
Oh man!
I used to call them in college. I called them toy faces. The ones that look like little Barbie dolls, all symmetrical, but they ain't have no swag to them. Ain't have nothing in their walk. Nobody looked at them and knew it was good. They just had a face for pictures, and everybody was chasing them around to have on their arm. So I know the difference. So all those women out there, that's why people say, "Why you like her? She's thick." And I said the chubby chaser thing. I know. I just want that ladies know what I'm talking about. I know the difference. I know the one who's gonna take the picture, and it's gonna be all and whack and dry, and I know the one who everybody's sleeping on, but I'll be sleeping with. I know the difference. I can look at it and be like, that's a good woman.
Listen, and I know the one that when you wake up in the morning and you walk to the bathroom, that I just look at you, I gaze at you, and I'm happy that I'm waking up with you. I'm happy that I'm
like that. You woke up like that.
I've said it a million times, but this man said a statement. I said, well, damn, I wish this would have been something that somebody would have hollered at me at 24, 23.
I want another woman. That's the only one I want. The only thing I want is more of her. I don't have an eye for another woman. Not saying that I don't recognize beauty when I see it. Yeah. But I am no longer the hawk for anyone else. I'm the hawk for her.
Come on, man.
I'm zoned in on her.
Let's go.
I go to the kill for the kill on her.
Yeah.
Nobody else.
Yes.
God broke the addiction.
Bro, that last part, yo. That last part.
Yes. God broke the addiction.
Woo! Man, listen to me. Listen to me.
Broke the addiction.
I live it.
Facts. Facts on facts.
Facts. I noticed the beauty. I get it. You're beautiful. There is no inkling. There is no this person right here. This is all I want.
You ain't her. You ain't her. You could be beautiful. You ain't her.
You ain't her. You just ain't her. And that
And
program.
you ever see the celebrities when people are like, oh, why would Denzel be dating her? She's not a model. And it's like you have no idea what love, or like you said, these you're just missing it. Because you see these people and you think they should look alike because you're still in that high school. Y'all look cute together, which is almost incestuous because you try to hook people up that look like they could be cousins to stand in prom pictures. People always say, y'all should date because y'all look cute together, which really means you look alike, which is creepy. But some people never get out of that. They be 30 and 40 years old still acting and talking like that. Like, oh my God, you ever see his wife? I don't believe she looked like that. You ever see her husband? Like, that's not what brings people together and keeps people. That's why a lot of these people don't have nobody and can't keep nobody, because you could be beautiful. You're not my person. You could be rich. You're not my person. And some people be thinking that everybody want them because they rich. Everybody want them because they're traditionally beautiful. And be surprised when they be alone. Everybody's like, "Damn, Halle Berry's still single?" Man, you got a lot to learn, bro.
You got a lot to like people that they're sexy. There's what I thought was sexy 24, 24, 23. I wish I would have been exposed to what I wish there was a way I could have been open and shown something. What's sexy to me now is somebody saying, your doctor's appointment is the second. Like,
that's what Jay Black said, Lady Q. The paperwork. Somebody do your paperwork. Yeah. I see.
What's sexy to me is out of nowhere. You've been acting fine. There's no behavior change. And for some reason, this person that you would say, everything okay? And you like, well, there is something going on. But you were acting fine. But for some reason, nobody else could see it. But that person felt the vibe and the energy of going, you good?
Something was off. Even just a little bit.
You know what I mean? There's something and that shit, when somebody is really concerned because you not being good makes them feel not good. I want you to be good, because I this connection, this energy that we have, when I feel something's off, the whole we're together, the whole energy for both of us is off. I'm not right. I need to work and if you would have said that when you were 24, 25 to somebody, they would have thought you was crazy and corny. But that was just the era that we were growing up in. And that's just the era that all these 20-year-olds seem to be caught up in. It's the programming. Let's run wild and let's live this life and then mystically and magically find the one.
With all our baby moms and all that drama. So my mom got mad at me because my girlfriend at one point was losing weight. She pulled me to the side and she was like, you gotta get it together, because when you ain't right, she's going through a lot. She's like I said, she's feeling what you go. Yeah, she's stressing because your stuff ain't right. She said you gotta get it together and keep it together. And I never forget that. My mom saw it and was like, the reason why she's going through what she's going through is because she's so busy worried about you. She's stressing so much about what you got going on that she's not eating as much as she should be eating. And I was like, I was like, oh, you're right. I didn't even peep it. But when she said it, I was like, dang, that's a whole nother level of love. Like you said, when you feel the other person, when they not right, you not right.
Yeah, you know what that is. What she
would be facts on facts on facts on top.
And the other thing, and then I'm gonna move on to this quick PSA. When somebody does care about you like that, another thing that you now have a responsibility. Somebody is giving you something. Somebody is giving you a prize. Somebody is giving you something that you're not going to find. It's so precious that your responsibility is to handle that with the gentlest, kindest hands. To go like, I'm not going to use this against you because I know you love me so much. I can get away with anything I want. I know I can deceive you because you trust the words coming out my mouth. You trust me on face value.
Yeah, that's the key. To have all that freedom and to not abuse it. To have all that
to not abuse it. All right, y'all. Before I gotta leave a little early because well, first of all, Doc gotta get to driving, but I gotta leave a little early because
I'm about to hit the road.
But real quick, we'll do the custody thing tomorrow. I got some things that just might scare you if you're eating Campbell soup. Just watch this real quick. Just watch if you're eating Campbell.
You may want to stop eating Campbell's soup. Like now. It turns out that this whistleblower and former employee of Campbell's Soup, Robert Garza, files a lawsuit against the company for disclosing this.
If I look at it, look at me. Bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
Yeah, you heard that right. 3D printed chicken and bioengineered food, which can be easily verified if you just turn around the label, says it right there, bioengineered food ingredients. Now that VP of Campbell's Soup, Martin Bally, was referring to this. 3D printed meat involves growing animal cells in a lab using 3D printing to shape them into meat-like products. How is this legal? Well, that's because the FDA and the Department of Agriculture jointly regulates it as a novel food. Have you guys ever wondered why it's the Food and Drug Administration? Because one is the cause and the other is the solution. Now this raises a bigger question about our food supply because just McDonald's alone serves 6.5 million burgers per day. And if you put that with how many cows we produce, the numbers don't add up. But it gets even wilder. You guys, back in 2016, a company by the name of Clear Labs tested over 70 different fast food chains' burgers, and the results speak for themselves. Let's take a look, shall we? So we have 2 cases of meat being in vegetarian meat, no black bean in black bean burgers, over 4% of contaminated pathogenic DNA, 3 cases of rat DNA, 1 case of human DNA, and a partridge in a pear tree. I guess this is why they call it fast food, because this is the fastest way to get to the hospital. Make sure you guys get my detox programs. Also, get in my Telegram and my YouTube, Maverick Approach. But
now, whenever I see stuff like that, I'm like, mind you, I had Wendy's yesterday. Bang,
bang, bang, bang, vegan gang.
I had Wendy's yesterday, and I need to get back, and I want to get back. But the Campbell Soup thing, I was like,
human meat, though.
Human.
He said there was a person in one of them Jones. Somebody was eating a person. That's
eating
not
a
enough
person
to stop people.
And I've always said
that there's 1 in a million chance. There's a 1 in a million chance I'm eating a person. I'm good. 1 in a million chance. 1 in a million chance I'm eating a rat. I'm good.
So he played the audio. He played the audio of the higher up in Campbell Soup. This guy played more of the audio from what was caught on a hot mic from Campbell Soups, and it goes back to.
Campbell's is in hot water after their VP was caught on a hot mic saying that their soups use bioengineered meat and that only poor people eat them. In the recording, he said this.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit? I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. So healthy. Now that I know what the in it, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
If the vice president of the company is talking about his soup this way, I'm never eating it again.
All right, so everybody have a happy Tuesday.
And no shopping at Target.
And no shopping at Target.
They had a terrible quarter. They're still losing billions. And this is historic. This is a Montgomery bus boycott type resolve, because that was like 360 something days. And this, people thought it was going to be a passing fad like the NFL, but Target ain't football. Yeah, we could do without Target. Football, we had a little struggle, but Target, we don't. If Target can go the way of Sears and Kmart, and nothing would change in life. We still got Amazon. They picked the wrong time to play with people with that DEI. They the biggest losers. Them and Trump. Target and Trump was the biggest losers.
And if we could somehow or another get to Amazon, but that's a story for tomorrow. All right, Doc, get home. Well, you're going to see your mom.
My mom and my brother are in Auburn, Georgia.
All right, so get there safely. Will you be on tomorrow? You're going to be on tomorrow? Or are you chilling?
Yeah. Last time, remember when I kept going outside and trying to make it work when I was buzzing? So that's why I was at my mom's house. So I'll jump on and see how it works and see if I can get something popping. But yeah.
All right, cool. Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be. I can never be that. Understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in your life. Fight for your happiness. Never let anyone, anything, any circumstance take it from you, because God got me. God got us. God got everybody. To the entire Takeover Legend family. To all the Takeover Legend crew. To Woke Up Inspired, Lady Q. Go to wokeupinspired.com to get your merch. We are gone.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legend, where the truth hurts, but also